Hey, everybody, welcome to today's show. Welcome to African Information Highway. I'm your host, Anthony Lorito-Duke, and we have a great topic for today's show in which it is you can't win every battle. It's time to move on, time to create peace and unity. Now, to give you a perfect example of the first part, with this second impeachment that was going on in the United States Senate against Trump, yes, he was acquitted. But that was to be expected simply because of simple mathematics. In order uh, for a person to get convicted in the United States Senate, a total of 67 votes needs to be done to be uh, convicted, in which, yes, it was all 50 Democrats that said yes to his conviction, which means that the Democrats would have needed 17 other Republicans to say yes to that as well, in which only 7 of those Republicans said yes to that, which meant that there was a remaining 10 that the Democrats would have needed. But in no way, shape, or form were those other 10 Republicans going to say yes to that. So it's simple mathematics. It was the inevitable. Of course, it was going to happen. But now we need to move on, right? And it's kind of like when a child is learning to ride a bicycle for the first time. The child falls down, child cries. What normally happens? Parent runs over, picks up the child, holds them, consoles them, and whatever. And that's fine. That's understandable. But if the parent were to teach the child, stop the crying, pick yourself up, brush yourself off, get back on the bicycle, and move on. That's more of a proper way to teach the child. Now, it's basically the same concept in regards to the fact that okay, Democrats lost the impeachment trial. Okay, it was the inevitable. It was to be expected. Um, you move on. You got gazillions of other important topics to deal with, like with the COVID vaccines, distribution, stimulus checks, climate change, and so many other important topics. Time to face them now and and to fix these other important things, and to sit around and to just focus and cry about the acquittal. It doesn't change anything. It doesn't fix these other important topics. It's going to say, all right, it happened. You got acquitted. Yeah, there may be even, it's a possibility because it's just basically rumors, it's basically talks right now that there's a possibility of, uh, of federal criminal charges being brought up against Trump, in which the case would go to a court in which the case would be the United States versus uh, the citizen, which would be Trump, or the acts that happened at the United States Capitol. Maybe that will happen. Who knows? I don't know. I'm not a psychic. I'm not Miss Cleo. I don't know what the future is going to bring. Who knows? And if that happens, and if 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 Trump gets convicted there, okay, great. And then if he gets convicted there, then other civil charges can be brought up against Trump uh, as well by the families of those that got killed, injured, or whatever else uh, at that incident that happened at the United States Capitol. So who knows what's going to happen? But anyways, it's time to move on, face the important topics that are at hand. Like I just said, gave you a few examples, and it's time to move on and it's time to create peace and unity. Okay, and um, once we can get the vaccines distributed properly, people can get better. People can go back to work, back to school, and we can bring back the economy again, and I think things can get better. But uh, that's what needs to happen now. We need to focus, stay focused as well on the important topics at hand, and to bring back the economy. And um, so, really, that's what needs to be done at this point. Okay. And we also need to stop the nonsense of the graffitis on buildings, like what people going to cemeteries and destroying tombstones. Stop all the damn nonsense. It needs to stop. It desperately needs to stop. Okay. And especially because of the fact that the little children are looking up to the adults now. What uh, what example are you setting for the next generation, for your children that are looking up to you, and you're doing all this other chaos? You're not setting the proper example for them. Really, what type of a future are you leaving for them? So now it's time to stop the baby nonsense, stop the baby mama drama, start acting like adults, and um, so we can get things moving along again. And since we're on this topic, we need to stop the taking offense at every tiny little thing. Really, we've had people who who are trying to take away iconic shows, right? And saying because we don't like this or we don't like that on there, it all has to go. Really, I was raised up. And many people of my generation were raised up as if you don't like what you're looking at, then don't look at it. If you don't like what you're watching, don't watch it. Move on. Keep moving along. If you don't like what you're listening to, don't listen to it. Move on. Go watch something that's more to your liking. Go listen to whatever else is more to your liking. Move on. Seriously. You say, we want to take that away because we don't like that. We find that offensive. You know what's going to end up happening is that you're going to get, you're going to get another group to say, well, you know what? Since you did that to us, we're going to do a similar thing back to you. And it's going to be a never ending cycle. It's got to stop. It's got to stop. Honestly, we need to start acting like adults. We need to have this proper discipline back. And even as adults, you need to discipline yourselves and start acting like adults. Time to put the big boy and big girl pants on. Not saying senior citizens type of things, saying adult things, and then taking responsibility in life for your actions. Time to set time to set the uh, um proper examples. Okay, and let's get society back seriously. And it's also a time to create peace and unity. It has to be done. There is no other choice. So that's what needs to be done seriously. And and so with that, I want to remind all my fans out there, don't forget to hit the subscribe button. And also don't forget to go to my business, my website, which is Advocate Information Highway. And the link to there is awldny.com. And you guys can check out all the pages on there. And so with that, Take care, everybody. Bye.